The most music every hour.
It's AMP Radio. Normally, hi there, by the way, I'm Michelle, and normally it's time
Michelle.
for Booker.
Hi, that's me. Yeah.
You came in, though, and you didn't come in alone. You came in with Iggy Azalea.
Yeah. We hang out all the time, and we drink coffee, and
chill.
We kick it and stuff. So I was like, "Hey, Iggs, why don't you come into the station with me and we'll talk?" She was like,
"Stop this right
okay,
now."
None of that happened, but
yeah,
it's cool. She's here.
I'm here,
and this is for real happening too. People are like, "What? Are they just kidding around?" We're absolutely not. So thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, no problem. Good to be here.
We are still talking about your performance at the Hollywood Bowl for We Can't Survive.
It's so funny that you mentioned that because I was having lunch 2 days ago and a little girl came up to me and said, "I saw you at Hollywood Bowl." So people really enjoyed that show and I did too.
It was great. And when J-Lo came out.
Yeah, big surprise.
It was awesome.
It was Butt-palooza.
Butt-palooza. That's a first.
Well,
Booty,
they were
Booker.
bootylicious, but it was Butt-palooza. I mean, guys were like, first of all, on behalf of guys, thank you. That was very fun for all of us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there we go.
So, while we've got you here, we want to talk about a couple of things, namely your new single with J Hud, Jennifer Hudson, and that amazing voice,
Love
Trouble. And I saw the video. It's very sassy.
I know it is, right? I finally met somebody who can out-sass me, Jennifer. She's so sassy. I love her. We had so much fun shooting that video. It took us 3 days, if you could believe. Yes, but it was so good because I got to really have girl time with her and waiting around on the set. So I enjoyed it. Usually a 3-day video you want to just kill yourself by the end of, but we were having such a good time together.
So it's 3 days to do the video, but how long does it actually take to nail that song? Were you together or did you do your part separately?
We did our parts separately. There was already somebody singing the song, a woman that wrote the chorus called Judith Hill, who, if you know or have seen 6 Feet from Stardom, she's an amazing backup singer that's a singer in her own right as well, artist in her own right, but she's awesome. And so it was really hard to find somebody who could do Judith Hill justice, and I thought of Jennifer Hudson straight away.
Is it weird when after you meet somebody, when you've already done a song with them, would you change things up because you've met them and you get their vibe a little bit more and you're like, oh, we're cool? Would it change your vibe?
No, I don't think it would. She fits perfectly with the vibe of the song. I couldn't imagine anybody else bringing the vocal chops she does, but also the genuine sass that she has. So I think she's a perfect fit.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to play it. I mean, I know, Booker, I'm totally taking over the show.
No, it's cool.
Here.
Let's ask a couple questions. Number one, what happened with your tour? Why is it bumped back?
It is bumped back because I am a psychopath.
All right. I like that honesty. What did you do?
I just have... It's my first arena tour, so it's a big undertaking, and I'm doing a lot of the creative direction, which I do for everything. All my videos, Trouble, that we just talked about, I directed, and so it's tough when it's your first time working on an arena situation. For me, getting together production, and we're doing a custom stage and custom build, and this is all really boring kind of stuff, I guess, for people to hear or talk about, but when you're building a stage and things like that, you do it about 6 months in advance. My tour would have been April. We have not started building. That is not 6 months.
Right.
That is very tight. And so to get this stage kind of done in time, I would be making a lot of sacrifices and kind of cuts and changes and compromises would have to be made to get this thing done in time. And so I really considered what do I want to do? Keep and honor the tickets and this date for fans, but have not the show that I envisioned or kind of promised them, so a lesser version of it, with maybe not so many people like jumping out of the ceilings and flying all over the place? Or do I want to move it and have the absolute best show, the show that I envisioned? And obviously I've chosen to move it and have the show I envisioned. I don't want to have like an average tour with a normal stage and this kind of thing. I want people to come and really feel like they got their money's worth and they got what they were paying for, and they want to come back and tell their friends about it. And so that's the risk that I took. I hope people can still come, and we're honoring everyone's tickets. I hope everyone can make it.
Is that scary?
Yeah,
you're missing, there is a moment right now that you have, and you're bumping it back.
I don't think it's scary. I think it's about having faith in yourself, and I have absolute confidence in myself and my plan and things that you guys will see me doing, and songs and records I have coming out in the next few months, that I think my moment will continue, and we'll even have some great songs that we can add to this tour. But it was just important for me. I'm super creative and passionate about that stuff, and I I don't want to have that tour that is forgettable.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah,
it
you
was
care.
important to
You want
me.
it to be right.
Yeah, I want it to be right. You know, people are paying a lot to go see like $80, $100 for a ticket. That's
Sure.
a lot. I'm a fan of music, and I've paid that for shows, especially when I'm a teenager. And
Right.
it's a big commitment. You want to go and you want to get what you paid for, and I want to give you what you paid for. So if I feel like there's a possibility that that's going to have to be compromised, I'd rather you refund your ticket if you can't make it to the new date, and you keep your money, because I want to honor that I'm giving you the absolute best show.
Someone
So-
at your label just killed themselves when they just heard that. They're like, no, don't give the tickets back.
Well,
That's a
if you
bad
can
idea.
make the show, all the new dates are honored. But if you can't make the new dates, then you can also get a refund.
gotcha.
And I'm gladly, if you cannot make it, we'll give you your money back. I would rather that than you come to something that is less than what I had wanted for you to
I
see.
read that you just quit Instagram. Is it because people are buttholes?
No,
Because
not really.
people are buttholes.
People are buttholes. I didn't quit Instagram. I still have all my social media, but my management have just taken over doing the posts for me now. So I'll still have updates and things like that. It's just not me updating.
Isn't it
the
weird
posts.
having fans that say negative things about you? It's the weirdest thing. And then if they met you, they would fall down like, oh my God, Iggy Azalea. They would freak out.
Yeah,
It's got to be weird.
Weird. It is weird. And I think it can get to the point where it's detrimental. And for me at the moment, I'm recording my album, I'm doing this tour, and I just want to make sure I'm in a good headspace to where I'm not thinking about other people's opinions or what's going on in this other cyber world. I really want to be focused on what I'm doing, and I felt like that was getting to a point where it was taking away my focus or taking away my positive energy, sucking it into this negative space
Yeah.
that I don't want to be in. And that's really dangerous when you're trying to figure out ways to entertain people and make people happy and do, like, if you see my Trouble, Black Widow, Fancy, they're all super positive, energy, up tempo, really bright videos. And I don't want to, it's hard to make those things when
You
you're
don't
being
wanna get
sucked into
dragged
negative
down
stuff.
into that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I just had to look at it like this is a cycle that I'm really participating in, and for the moment I don't want to be a part of that. And maybe at a later date I'll go back and hopefully not be in the negative zone. Maybe it will be more positive that time. But
Sure.
for now, while I'm creating stuff like the tour and my new album that I think is really important, I'm in the right headspace. That's a sacrifice I have to make for the moment. That I think is
Gotcha.
for the best.
No, yeah, I follow you on Twitter and Instagram and everything, and I think you've handled everything like a champ, because I just feel like it's so sad that everyone's first instinct is to attack.
Yeah, it's sad, but that's life. That's life, I guess.
So there you have it, horrible people. She
So-
It
doesn't
shouldn't
care.
be, though. It shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
I think I don't want people, or my fans especially, to think oh no, is she so upset that she ran away from social media? I'm not upset. I'm awesome.
Yeah, she's
I'm
not
doing
crying in the
awesome.
corner here. She's
I'm
pretty,
not crying or anything like that. I'm not mad at my fans. You guys are amazing. I love you, but I want to make sure I can give you the best, and I cannot give you the best if my energy is being sucked into that thing and focus. So I got to I'm at the end of the day, this is my job, and I got to stay focused on my
focus
job
on
and
that
doing
album.
the best job. Yeah, and doing the best album, and that's what I want to do. So that's why I made that choice. But I'm cool. You don't have to worry about me quitting music or anything like that, or canceling my tour. I'm not doing any of that. So do not worry. I am good. We are good.
I
and
think it's
just
cool
wanna
to
be
see
the
her
best.
vibe like this, because, when you hear things like she's quitting this, the tour is falling apart, you're
Yeah,
like,
no, it's
what
not
is
falling apart.
Right, what is going on? And then she comes in
Tabloids.
and she sits down and you're like, oh, she's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm completely fine.
We're reading into the crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
no, you don't have to worry about me, guys. I'm okay. I'm
She's
not
cool.
going to the psych ward. I'm okay. I'm not going to the padded room. I'm totally cool.
This room is
and I
padded,
could have
for the
kept the
record.
tour. I could have kept the tour. I thought about it maybe for longer than I should have. I thought about it for maybe 3 weeks before I ultimately made that decision. It was a tough decision to make, but it's really important, and a lot of people will understand, touring and the live music business for artists nowadays with record sales and the way it is, it's our bread and butter, and I want to really make that portfolio of mine really strong, and so I've got to make sure that I'm putting on the best shows so I can put on more shows. I don't want to have one arena tour that people were like,
Yeah, it was okay.
it was all right, but I don't know if I'd go back. That's
Right.
not the standard
That
I'm
lighting
trying to set.
sucked.
I want to raise the bar. I want to do something different, especially for a rap show and figuring out how to put rap in a pop arena and how you can do that. That's difficult. It's tough. And so I think that I'm really onto a good thing, but it's definitely not in shambles. It's kind of the opposite. It's trying to develop figuring out how I can like fly and glow in the dark and be underwater at the same time kind of thing.
I was
So
hoping
it will
she
be
was going to
good.
be unstable and needed a hug, and I was
Yes,
going to be
no.
here for you.
And
You
Booker
can
was right
I will
there.
take a hug, but I'm okay.
He was
I'm-
right, and he's hugging her right
thank you,
now.
thank
He's
you.
Booker's
Yeah,
ready
I'm
with the
okay.
open arms.
It's funny because I was at the radio last week talking to some other guys, Power 106, who are awesome as well.
Yeah.
Here in LA, and they're like, "This is the happiest we've ever seen you be."
Yeah,
and I
you
was
really
like,
are.
It's so ironic that people think I'm like completely miserable, and I'm
Right.
actually totally fine.
are.
They got to
totally
get the
fine.
story. They're trying to get the story.
But I think it's important that people know I actually am really happy, and I think it's important for regular people to know that too, which is why I could have just let my management take over my social media and done that and not even let you ever know. But the reason why I chose to say something was because I feel it's important for just your average person or girl at school that might be having a hard time or a negative experience online. I think we're so used to interacting with the internet, especially my generation and teens, that I think we forget that we can turn it off. And if you're having a negative experience with it, you can turn it off. And I just wanted to be that person to say that if anybody else is feeling that way or feeling like they're being bullied or they're not having a good experience when they go on the internet, I don't want those people to feel like they have to endure it. You don't. And if I'm kind of that person that you can say, maybe I'm going to do what Iggy did because I'm not enjoying it, so I'm just going to turn it off too. And that's why I decided I'm going to say that so that other people can think maybe they want to do that as well, instead of having a bad time or being to themselves or feeling they have to suffer through it, or you have to read what people are saying, or you have to be bullied, and if you turn it off then they're winning. No, that's just what they do. Bullies do that so that you have to hear their words, so they can hurt you and they can keep hurting you. And you don't have to hear what bullies are saying if you're online and you're having a bad time. You can turn it off, and that actually makes you have the power, because what they're saying to you can never even get to your ears, and that gives you the power in that. And I want people to understand they can still be powerful online as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
well
right.
said.
Well, we've got that show rescheduled. I'm going to be there. You want to go, Booker?
I got my hug. I don't care
Yeah.
about anything.
Yeah.
September
It will be
25th
great.
at
I
Staples.
do promise you.
Did we get that on picture or anything? Did I get a
We
picture?
can get a
Right.
picture.
We can do it again, Booker. I got to get my spray bottle. Settle down. So, Iggy Azalea, you're welcome here anytime.
Thank you.
Going to play the new single and hand things
Yes,
over to
I'm very
Booker.
excited.
And that's that. Have a great
Yay.
afternoon. Bye.
97.1 Amp Radio.